Connor's Crazy Countdown.
Right, everyone, welcome back to another tier list rating thing of actors or whatever else. So far I've done Jim Carrey and I've done Robin Williams. I'm now doing Arnold. Not going to say his second name because it's a very questionable name, but yes. So I don't seem to have that many on here. I made this a while ago, so I think there's quite a few things I've missed out. So I'm not entirely sure if this is whatever, but this is what I've got just now, so that's what I'm going with. I think I can see like one, for instance, that seems to be missing, but I'll bring that up if whatever. But this is what I've got just now, that's what I'm going to go with. So there's obviously a few in here I have not seen. So for instance, this one right here, never seen, so goes here. So I have no opinion about this. This looks like quite a recent film. This is called Aftermath, so it's going here. I have no idea about it. As for this one, I have seen this one, and this is some people's least favourite Batman movie. It is pretty stupid and garbage and rubbish in a lot of sense, but it is also Tim Burton, so it's got that twisty funniness to it. Arnold's portrayal of Dr. Freeze was actually, it wasn't brilliant by any means, but I kind of like this series of Batman because it was fun to see like these iconic characters in the roles. So like for instance, we had Jim Carrey, we had Tommy Lee Jones, we had Danny DeVito as the Penguin, and we also of course had Arnold as Dr. Freeze. I like these big actors in these roles. I can't really remember. I mean, we've got, is this Michelle Pfeiffer as well, or something? But I think personally, I would definitely not putting it up here. I put it in meh. It's not awful, in my opinion. I can definitely watch it like more than once and without cringing. Although isn't there like Bat Mobile or something in this? There was something very odd in this. Bat nipples. There was something very bizarre. I'm also, this list is very bad for me. Like I haven't seen a lot of these. Like I haven't seen this. What even is this? Does that say regretto is and? I have no idea what that is. Like, it doesn't sound particularly good. B. Brigitta's Island. Oh. It's something like Brigitta's Island or something. Yeah. Same with this. Haven't seen this. Surprisingly, I haven't seen this either. Or at least, I think I might have briefly seen a bit of this. So I have no opinion of it. This is a really bad list for me. Like a really bad list. I think personally I'd say alright for this one, right? I think I might have seen a bit, so I personally think it's alright. I'm going to say it's alright. Conan I have never seen. I have never seen End of Days. This is a fantastic list. Eraser, never seen. Escape, never seen. Hercules, never seen. Finally, we get to a movie I've seen, right? Okay, so this is Jingle All the Way. Now, I personally don't really care for this movie that much. I don't think it's awful by any means. I can watch it and it's fine, but it's like out of all the Christmas movies, this is not one that I'm like every single year I have to see. Like for me, it's more like Home Alone and it's Polar Express, the Santa Claus, things like this. I also like Four Christmases or Christmas with the Cranks. Maybe not that one actually, but things like that. Jingle All the Way is not one that comes to my head. I don't even think I own it on DVD. I'm not that into it. But it's alright. Obviously you have some sayings that came through this, like put the cookie down and whatever else, but yeah, it's alright, definitely. Now Junior, I think a lot of people don't particularly care for, and it might be due to one scene where Arnold is a baby, and it's just his face like superimposed onto a baby. It is quite freaky, but as a whole film in general, I love this film. Like, it's an interesting concept. Obviously, I have zero idea how he actually ended up having a baby. I mean, did it come out of his mouth or something? We're not going to go into details, but I think his stomach just got cut open, right? I'm sure that's what happened. But yeah, I like this film. And of course, this is just my opinion. Like, if you hate Junior, fair enough, you can put it down here or down here. But this is my list, and this is where Junior is going. I really like it. I find it hysterically funny when he's dressed up as a woman in the like the recreational area. It's quite a ride. It's quite a fun movie. I think today, if this came out, it probably wouldn't fly, just genuinely because of some reasons. But anyways, that's what it is. Oh look, another film I haven't seen. Great. Yay, another film that I have seen. I think this is one of my favourite Arnold films. It has got some of the best lines, or at least one of the best lines, where he's like in the nursery, or in this case the kindergarten. He's in there and he's getting annoyed by all the kids, and I think he's just like, shut up! And he has this complete and utter breakdown. It's pretty funny, but it's got like a good story to it, and he's very caring, and it's a lovely movie. I think outstanding personally, at least for me. Now this is one that I feel like I definitely should have seen, and I think it's on a list for me to watch, but as of yet have not seen it. Maggie, have not seen it. Doesn't look particularly enjoyable to me. Right. We've got Predator next. So this is the first of the Predator movies and the only Predator movie that Arnold is in. I was indifferent to it, really. I didn't really care for it that much. And I think genuinely I'm not a big fan of the Predator movies. I think they're okay. I much prefer the Alien movies. I don't even get me started on the Predator versus Alien or whatever. Just, no. But yeah, I definitely prefer the Alien movies. Raw Deal, never seen. Red Heat, never seen. But I would like to see Red Heat, so I'm going to put that like up here. I would like to see that. Sonja, never seen. Sabotage, never seen. This is a terrible list. I should not be making this. Right. So for some reason we're not starting with Terminator. There's Terminator, right. So we got the Terminator. Now these are just classic movies. Like, wow, these are good movies. I like these. I think, of course, I'm not in the minority here. I think people feel the same way, where the second movie actually was better than the first movie. So I think the Terminator is awesome. It was just, I mean, the effects for back then were outstanding for a start. And, of course, just everything and anything that it was just a great movie. Whereas number two is the best. No doubt about it. For once, a sequel that was better than the first. I loved this movie. I think this is the one where the Terminator is a good guy in this, and him trying to understand like the emotions of everybody. Just all round, it was a good movie because you had like Sarah in a spoiler alerts, by the way, but. So you had Sarah in an asylum because of how crazy she was in the first movie or something, and then all sorts happens between her and her son, and I loved it. Whereas Terminator 3, Terminator 3 for me was the last like good one. I don't think it's amazing, but like I don't think it is the best out of the bunch, no doubt about it. But I think, because it was still Arnold in a sense, and because there was a fair few points that were awful, but I would put it here. It would be like way down here, or would I put it here maybe? I think personally, I think it was still a good movie. Like out this trilogy, good, right? But after that, it kind of goes downhill. We had like the fourth one that came out that didn't have him in it, and it was just awful. Then we had I think it was this one next, Genesis. Genesis was pants. It was there. And then Dark Fate. I think Dark Fate was actually slightly better. I put it about meh. It's still not good by any means, but yeah. Okay, we're now moving on to probably my favourite Arnold movie. That might surprise you. You might be like, what the heck is this? So, when I was much younger, I remember like seeing an Arnold movie, and at the time I had no idea what it was called. But this was a movie about Arnold, and cloning was a thing in their universe, and it mostly was cloning pets, but it ended up that Arnold got cloned, and his clone had moved in on his family life. I mean, if you're a big fan of Arnold, this film has 2 Arnolds in it, so what's not to love? But yes, it's going right up here. It's my favourite. It may not stand out today compared to all these films, but to me, it just holds a place in my heart that I loved this movie. So it's The Sixth Day, and it was just a good movie. Right, now we've got another trilogy here. We've got The Expendables. So Arnold played kind of a minor role in this. He wasn't like one of the main Expendables people. He did an okay job. I think The Expendables is probably the best of the 3. I put it in awesome. Expendables 2 was kind of good. I put it in awesome too. But Expendables 3, I don't really remember much about. Right. These are films that I've not particularly seen that much, but they were enjoyable when I saw them, if that makes sense. Like, I think out of all the ones I've seen, I've probably seen The Expendables the least, apart from this, which I've just put in there for whatever. Iron Mask, no idea. The Last Stand, I think I did see The Last Stand, though I don't really remember it much. I'm putting it in meh. Right. Okay. 4 left, surprisingly. So, now, having said this is my favourite Arnold movie, this actually might be my favourite Arnold movie. I love this movie. So this is The Running Man. Basically, it is a game show where it's all about survival in a sense. What the game show is about is they put criminals in this bounty hunting sort of situation, and they go up against these crazy people, these crazy how do I put it, like, imagine like wrestlers or something, just these big things. But the thing is, like, Arnold was not a bad man in this, but he got portrayed as one. So the whole and it's also got great music as well. But yes, I love The Running Man. I highly recommend it. If I had to recommend any of these films, The Running Man is up there. Total Recall. Now, I haven't finished this movie, but I have seen it. You might ask why. It's because I think I was on holiday or something, and I'd watched some of it. It was on TV, but I'd missed some of it, if that makes sense. I've seen the start of it, and I didn't see the rest of it. But it looked like a good movie. I put it in alright. I might change that though, after seeing it, because I have not seen the newer one, but the older one to me looked better. Like, I enjoyed the older one much better. True Lies, again, is something I would really like to see, but I haven't seen it. And last but not least is Twins, which, again, is my favourite. No, again, I really like this movie. I've always liked this movie. It's a really funny concept where you've got 2 completely looking different people to be twins. They also had talked about like a third movie being triplets, which I think just sounds really stupid, because there's been literally no evidence of there ever being a third child. So why all of a sudden, like 20 odd years later, they're like, oh, you know what, let's make a third child. But yes, so this stars Arnold, and it also stars Danny DeVito. The girls that were in it, sadly, one of them passed away about like 2 years ago, or 2 or 3 years ago. She was also in a few other things. I can't remember her name right now. But this was a hilarious movie, because you've got Danny DeVito, who's not particularly looking or wanting to have a brother, and then Arnold comes into the picture and he loves his brother and he wants to spend time with his brother. But of course, like, look at them, like, Arnold is the star and all that, like, he takes over anything that Danny's got any interest in. It's a great movie. Yeah. And with that, surprisingly, only been 15 minutes, but yeah, this has been one of the quickest countdown things. Obviously, I've done this list at a very bad time where I haven't seen any of these. Like, I've got Last Action Hero here, and there's the last, right, those two I get confused with. But yeah, some that I definitely should have seen is True Lies, probably Last Action Hero, and Red Heat. I definitely will, or hopefully, see them at some point. But I think I'm kind of happy with this list. Obviously, you can disagree. Like, fair enough. You have your own opinion. This list will be completely different to mine. Your list will be completely different to mine. But this is my list. So, a top 5, we've got Running Man, we've got The 6th Day, Twins, Kindergarten Cop, and Terminator 2. Then we've got Junior, Terminator, Terminator 3, Expendables 2, Total Recall, Commando, Jingle All the Way, Expendables 3, Batman and Robin, Predator, Terminator Dark Fate, The Last Stand, Terminator Genesis, and all the ones I haven't seen. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I think the next person I may very well do is going to be Adam Sandler, or it could be Bill Murray. It might be one or the other, but I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and until next time, whatever I play, bye.